It's an overall plan that originated back with discussions for the Gorge Terrace master plan. Coming out of that, bike lanes were considered, as well as using one lane for parallel parking along the frontage of Gorge. We won't be having parking, of course, across the bridge, but then also parking on the city of Akron side, which they've approved as well. So that's really to relieve the pressure on the park. During good days, we've experienced parallel parking within our parking lot, double parked, people getting blocked in. People, of course, then when they can't find a spot, they're parking wherever they can find grass or space, many times on private property. So that happens from the main Gorge parking lot as well as the High Bridge parking lot. So that's sort of the thought process behind that.
As you're coming down the hill, the right lane becomes a right turn only lane. So if you're in that right lane, when you get to Hillcrest, you will have to turn right onto Hillcrest.
It's only a 2-lane street.
Correct.
So you can only go right then?
Yes, as you're coming down, there'll be signage ahead. There'll be signage quite a far ways ahead, 500 feet away, that says ahead, right lane must turn right, left lane can continue straight, and then there'll be some additional signage as you get closer to Hillcrest. And then when you're at Hillcrest, it'll be a right turn only lane, and then so there's really no merge condition. It'll just be 2 lanes, and eventually the right lane becomes a right turn only.
I'm not comfortable taking this 35-mile-per-hour road and putting parking on it unless we're looking at the entire Front Street plan, which would include the Gorge Terrace plan, because that's the plan that talks about the bicycle lane. You know, what it would do to the bridge, where people could go stand at the bridge. But to take this and to put the parallel parking on this, especially where the curve is, and to leave it at the 45 miles per hour, and where's the bicycle lane now? Where are the bicycles supposed to go? At least while we had 2 lanes going south, if there was a bicyclist on there, which there are frequently bicycles, you have the other lane that you can merge over into to avoid that bicyclist. Now what happens when we have parked cars and the bicyclist? Because the worst thing you can do on that section of Front Street is to vary over that double yellow line, because you're making room for either someone opening their door or a bicycle right there. So I have concerns with that.
I wondered, I guess maybe to Mr. DeMasi, the possibility of lowering the speed limit from 35 to 30, would that be something we might want to think about?
Well, we can certainly think about it. We have to go back to our traffic consultant. It's interesting out here, it's 35 in our city, and I believe it's 40 in the Akron part. So it's a little bit all over the place, but we can only change the speed limit in our part, not in Akron's. But we can certainly consider that.
What someone feels or what someone's opinion is doesn't trump science and engineering. So, and I think if this was allowed to go to the majority of council, it would pass. So to not let this go, once again, to the majority of council, who I think would pass this, and not let it come out of committee, I think is wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kovac. Yes, Ms. Pike.
Mr. Kovac, I'll use the light at 2nd and Chestnut again as an example. When we were told that it would be safe to remove that light, I do believe the mayor, myself, and Mrs. Klinger were the only ones that voted against removing that light. Once that light was removed, we had 9 accidents. Those were serious T-bone accidents. It proved that the engineering was not correct. The traffic committee that said that light it was safe to remove it. I'm a big proponent in listening to what the residents have to say. I'm for holding this, and I'm asking that the residents have a chance to speak on how they feel. Maybe they'll come back and be in favor of it, and maybe they won't. But as a councilman, I'd like to hear what the public has to say.
Tell you that you will hear from the majority that is unhappy, or from the minority that's unhappy, and the majority that is happy. They don't bother to come forward. That's been my experience in 26 years in practice.
I just think right now might be advantageous to hold this and then let Mrs. Pike, get with the residents and just go over the whole thing in a meeting with them.
But I do have a relative that lives on Forest Glen. She had some major concerns. I had another person on Forest Glen that they wanted to know if what we were proceeding with was the Gorge Terrace plan. So the public did not totally understand where this parking was going to be, because there hasn't been any information sent to the public yet.
So once it gets out to them, and I really believe that we do need, as Mr. Brillhart said, he said 30, but I'd like to see 25. Just, you know, the fact that we're gonna have the bicycles on it.
When you have this meeting with the residents, I'd like to be there. I want to see what residents are showing up for this and their input, but I'd like to be at that meeting. I always hear about your residents, but I don't know about any meetings and how many people show up. So I'd like to be there, and I'd like notice.
And if I do it going door to door, do you wanna go with me?
Yes.
All right, thank you.